heck did my mouse go? There it is. Mic's working. Oh wait, I need to fix something on here. There. Sorry, I forgot I messed up that. Yo, what up, Trail Tech? How we doing? All right. We are good to go. Hopefully you guys are hearing me out of both ears now. I know my voice sounds terrible. I'm getting over yet another cold, which is super fun. But here we are. We're doing it. Just been building. Love that. Are you like trying to sell these PCs you've been building on like Marketplace or anything, or what have you been doing? What up, Sean? Oh, Sean, you're here, dude. This is your PC, brother. This is your PC, my guy. Big ball with the TI right now. This is it, Sean. This is you. Yeah, this is you. Big ballin' with the TI right now. What TI? 5070 Ti? 5060 Ti? 5090 Ti? I'm just kidding, it doesn't exist. Marketplace is nice. Yeah, it is. It's tough, man. The only other options are like Jawa.gg is a good option, but they charge like 30% or something ridiculous fee. So you have to charge like way more to even like break even, which is crazy. Oh yeah, this one, 5070 Ti, yeah. This is actually, so Sean Massey is watching right now. Sorry, I just throw your name out there, but your name is on TikTok. So Sean's watching on TikTok right now, and we are getting ready to build his PC. He ordered this. This is one of the pre-builts that I have. So let's talk through. Again, sorry, getting over being sick, but this is one of our pre-builts. So this is the Intel Signature line. So we've got an Intel Core Ultra 7 265K. We've got 3 terabytes of Gen 4 SSDs, 32 gigs of RAM. We've got some reverse blade fans here to go into the case. We've got 850 watt power supply, the Thermalright Core Vision 360 AIO, which has an LCD little round screen on it, 5070 Ti. Got the Tomahawk Wi-Fi Z890, and then this is all going to go inside of the Corsair 3500X case. And Corsair, thankfully, like outside of like their website, has finally started selling their reverse blade version of the RS fans. So all of the fans, you're just going to see the pretty side now, which is cool. It's nice to have. Just looked at Jawa and it's a bit much. I sell for cost, no profit. Yeah, exactly. You have to charge. You literally have to charge like 30%. Yo, what up, Tim? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. You still hanging out in, I guess, Western Montana? I don't know. Montana's so wide, east to west, that it's hard to know. At what point do you call it Western Montana? Central Montana? I don't know. PC question? Ask away. Yo, thank you for the likes. Why does TikTok stop scrolling like that? I don't like that. Radib. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, but thank you so much for all those likes, dude. Appreciate it. North Central. There you go. See, I was close. I was really close. And by close, I mean not at all, but that's okay. Yeah, I sold some like used stuff on Jawa. But yeah, the upcharge is such a pain in the butt. And then I said, I'm not gonna do this again. I think I sold that sleeper PC that I built on Jawa. All right. Let's get our motherboard out here. My dog loses his mind. When I initially boot up my PC at the start of the day, oh, Amazon's here. That's why my dog's freaking out. When I initially boot up my PC at the start of the day, it boots into BIOS instead of Windows. Ooh, but are you able to like eventually get it into Windows or not at all? Usually that's a sign of your, oh, it works perfectly later. Interesting. Usually that's a sign of your SSD failing or whatever, you know, if you have a hard drive, but it's usually what that is. Dude, the 9070 XT is a baller card. I have literally nothing bad to say about it, especially now that the pricing has come back down towards MSRP. What up, Darwin? How we doing? Ooh, the 9070 XT. Dude, I want to get a new GPU and CPU. I think I'm going to go CPU first, just because it's so much easier to do. Because I have a water-cooled system. So I'm probably going to throw a 9850X 3D in there when it comes out in about a week or so. Right, I've been rocking a 9600X for a while, and I know I can get a little more oomph out of my system if I upgrade that. TikTok, just auto scroll for me, TikTok. Yeah. All right. Core Ultra 7 265K. Did you guys see that Intel has released Panther Lake, the Core Ultra 3 series on mobile at least? Those look pretty cool. I don't know if I'll have the budget to like get a new laptop with that in it, but they've got pretty powerful, supposedly art graphics built into the chip as well. So for like general productivity with maybe like a tiny bit of light gaming, it could be pretty solid. Darwin, this is pre-sold, but you can literally order an identical one on the site. I don't want to say it out loud because TikTok will get mad at me if I try and sell you something while I'm live, for whatever reason. But I think you can find my website on my bio. He used the Asus Prime 5070 non-TI in your Fractal Terra build, and I'm running tests on a rig I built with the Zotac Solid 5070. Nice. The 5070 is a great card too. Like the price point on the 5070 is great. Like you get super solid 1440p performance for under 600 bucks, usually, depending on which one you get. What up, Mr. Puddles? How we doing? You just put this RAM in your personal rig? Yeah, it's good stuff. Patriot Viper. The only thing I found is that some of the cheap ASRock motherboards don't like it. I don't know why, but some of them just don't like it. Like they just refuse to post with it. So be aware. Oh. Yeah, if you say my name, sometimes it'll do that. Oh, oh yeah, no, that's supposed to be deleted by the mod. Thank you. What up, Gizbardus? How we doing? Really cool to watch you build it. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. All right, so we got our Core Ultra 7 in here. First, we've got a Crucial P310 1 terabyte. This is a Gen 4 SSD, 1 terabyte. Man, Sean is super impatient. He's been talking about this PC since he bought it. Yeah, that's the tough part about buying stuff from like a small builder, you know. I'm probably gonna start doing some like ready to ship builds at some point just to like have available. I don't have a ton of website support to like get those set up easily. That's the hard part. But I get it, dude. I get it. When you spend that money, you're like, I want it now. And you're like, sorry, it takes a little while. But you're gonna love it. This is a killer build, dude. What are your thoughts on ASRock Intel graphics cards? They're great price to performance, man. I mean, they don't keep up with the more expensive cards that you can get from like Nvidia or AMD. But if you're able to get one at like MSRP for like $230, $250, I mean, you can't find anybody else making new cards on new architecture for those kind of prices that could even game at 1440p. So yeah, I think Intel chose the right like position in the market when they decided to make those Intel Arc cards. AMD or Nvidia graphics cards, it all depends, man. I like them both. I personally have an Nvidia GPU in my system right now, but I had a 7900 XTX in there for a long time, and I liked that. I had a 6900 XT before that, and I liked that. Like, you know, I like both of them, you know? I think the 9070 XT is a really, really good card for the price. It basically rivals this 5070 Ti, and they're roughly the same price right now. I think the 5070 Ti is like a few, you know, $50 more or something like that. But especially if you go with an AMD CPU, that's where that performance is really worth it, because then you unlock their smart technology, their smart access memory, which enables it to get even a little bit better performance. Can't afford, sir, so expensive. Stuff is expensive right now. It's extra expensive right now because of RAM and SSD prices, unfortunately. I wish I could tell you that that's, you know, not going to be around for very long, but by all accounts, it's going to be around for a while. Can I send you a CPU? No, I cannot. It is going to be super good quality. I speak a tiny bit of Spanish, but I am not by any means fluent. Personal gaming rig has the 9070 XT. Yeah, same SSD. I know, it's hard. Like, I wanted to... There are other SSDs that I, like, prefer. Like, I love the Kingston MV3. But with availability right now, it's just, you kind of get what you can get. I mean, this is a very solid, very good performing SSD. So... no complaints there. It's just like not what I would love to have. I don't know. Yeah, RAM prices are crazy, man. This kit right now, if you go look for it on like Newegg, $350 for just 32 gigs. $350. It's crazy. Crazy. Also, fun fact, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I just got my Benchmade back. I had them sharpen it for me. It's so nice. They do a way better job than I know how to do. I know, big surprise. The people who are professionals do a better job sharpening their knives than I do. What up, Pix? Pixelated? Sister bought an ARC B580 Intel card for my birthday, so I've been doubting to install it. Dying to install it? Gonna upgrade your current PC. What do you got in your current PC? Don't mind all the sniffles. I'm getting over sickness. Oh, 4070 Super is a great card. I have the 4070 Ti Super in mine right now. Again, water cooled, so I'm too lazy to change it. Bought a Wooting, the keyboard. 5070 Ti is either hundreds more than the NZXT right now, or totally sold out. Really? I bought this one for, it was under $800. The 5070 Ti, or the 9070 XT is like $700 usually. I mean, I bought this less than a week ago. I've never owned a Wooting keyboard. I've heard they're good, but I've never owned one. I don't know why I threw this down there. I don't want that. Need those. Don't need that. Don't need that. Need those. Don't need that. Need that. Okay. There we go. Now I can put this away. Oh, a pre-built from Best Buy? Be careful with those, man. They use some shoddy quality components in some of those pre-builts on Best Buy. Like, they'll use like low quality RAM, they'll use the cheapest possible power supply. Even in high-end systems, they'll use like a super cheap motherboard. Just be careful. All right, let's get that in there. Sticker done. It's an Asus. Asus does it too, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've looked at some of theirs. Like, I looked at some of the stuff that they had at CES. I was like, okay. You're selling a good PC? Nice. Supposedly the fastest keyboard in the world. Really? Like the fastest polling rate and stuff? That's kind of cool. Top, bottom? Yeah, top, bottom. Oh, so wait. Are you just getting a new Asus card, or you're getting a new Asus PC? I'm confused. Happy that I built my PC the summer before prices went crazy, right? You're gonna build around the GPU basically. Oh, well, at that point, if you're gonna rebuild it all, why not just build your own? And just buy the stuff that you need. Or just get the new GPU and slap it into your system. That way you know it's good quality stuff. Not polling rate, but like fastest switches. Oh, they're Hall effect. Okay. Yeah, my Corsair keyboard has Hall effect too, which is really nice. I like it because you can actually adjust. You can adjust the the height at which it activates with Hall effect, which is really cool. 13600K, 7800 XT. Yeah, that's a solid build for. I wouldn't call that a 4K build. Definitely good for 1080p, 1440p. Yo, what up, Dead Cell with the Rice Hat Squad? Coming in from Panda Skills. Love that. Is the Steam Machine going to be overpriced? We don't actually know what the prices are going to be for the Steam Machine yet. There was some supposed leak from like the Czech Republic or something like that, but I saw somebody else make a video that like Steam only sells their products through their own marketplace. They don't sell stuff on like through third-party retailers, so it seems like it's just a mess up on the retailer. All right, Mr. Puddles, thank you for the follow. Micro Center nearest to me has 44 Ti's. Lowest is 835 for the MSI Shadow. For a 40 series, like a 4070 Ti? You like it more better over here? Well, I appreciate you coming over. All right. Get those cables out of the way. Perfect. I'm in Idaho. What up, Gabrielle? Welcome in. Go down to 0.1 millimeter actuation. It's also banned in some competitive. Wow, really? That's when you know you made a good product, when it's just super good, such good hardware that they actually ban it in competitive. That's crazy. Because like it's not like cheating. Like there's no like scripts or anything in there, right? It's just really good hardware. That's crazy. For some reason I thought Texas. Well, my name is Austin. I do go down to Texas every year for Loot Fest. But no, I'm not from Texas. Okay. Oh, they have 4 of the TIs in stock. Gotcha. Yeah, I bought this one, yeah, like a week ago. Maybe a little over a week ago. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna need to blow my nose real quick. I don't know if I can mute this. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself for a second while I blow my nose, you guys. All right, I can breathe again. Sort of. Sean, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. What's at that festival? What part of Texas? It's in Fort Worth. Loot Fest. It's kind of like a TwitchCon, like much smaller TwitchCon, but it's more more focused on like creators getting to hang out with each other and getting to hang out with their communities than it is about you know, a bunch of brands being there. Like, well, there will be brands there. Like, I'll be there. They will have, you know, other booths and stuff there, but it's not super focused on just like a bunch of brands showcasing their stuff, you know. First build B650, Game Plus 7700, and a 5060. I mean, that's not bad for your first build, dude. Like, that's solid, well balanced. Great for some gaming. How much experience do you have building PCs? Like, how long have I been doing it? I've been doing this for 5 years. Actually, 21 to 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, this is my 308th build. So, you know, got some... Hold on, I can't see up there. This one standoff isn't quite lined up. This is why you don't tighten down all your bolts until you get them all started. Okay. Yeah, it's really cool, man. And it's not super expensive to attend, especially if you live in the area. I'll be there. I'll have my little booth, and then I'll have a streaming booth set up. So there'll be 2 PCs there set up to stream. So some of the creators that come will stream from my PCs that I bring. And then those PCs will actually be on sale. Like, you won't be able to pick them up. You won't be able to take them home until the end of the weekend, but they'll be for sale. It's getting ready to pull the trigger on getting a 58 a few weeks ago. That's not happening now with the price the way it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I've been doing it a while. What does this say? I'm drinking Dr. Pepper cream soda, 0 sugar. It's delicious. Really like having a nice sugary caffeinated drink, but with no sugar. great. All right, motherboard is fully installed. So, most of y'all might know what time this is. It's time to get Lazy Susan out here. You make content too? Love that. Another builder that's up in Chicago and I are talking about getting our LLCs to go to CES next year. Make sure you check like what the registration requires, because it's more than just setting up your LLC. Like I had to have, I think you have to have your federal EIN number set up, and a couple other things. So just make sure you check that you have all the requirements set up. Yeah, CS was pretty expensive to go to. I mean, it wasn't super expensive, but it was definitely kind of expensive to go to. Like when you include food and flights and all that good stuff, it definitely adds up, man. Yo, thank you everyone joining on TikTok. Appreciate y'all. All right, HD audio, boom. Let's get our front panel going. I guess I can twist it this way so you guys can see it. Maybe a little better. Front panel in there. Let's get our USBs going. So we've got USB, USB-C. Take that cap off. Okay, so USB-C. Oh, it's down lower. All right, so USB-C right there out of the side. Let's see if we get it the right direction. Why does it look kind of dusty? Just took you out of the box. It can't be dusty or crusty. Okay, didn't hear a click, but that is definitely fully seated, so we're good there. And then USB 3 is up a little higher. It's right there. This is also the wrong direction. Now I see why I didn't put my camera over my left shoulder last time. Now I have to do things left-handed. How long does it take to build one? Usually, I mean, it depends on the kind of build. So for a build like this, kind of medium tier, got some RGB and all that sort of stuff, usually like an hour and a half. For some of the more budget systems, I can, I could bust them out in like 30 minutes. I usually try and like, take longer so I can chat with you guys and make sure the stream isn't super short, but yeah. I can do a build in like 30 to 40 minutes, like off, if I'm not streaming and stuff, I can do it quick. You gotta be like a popular creator or anything to go to CES. CES is not like a creator event. CES is a business event, like company type event. So you have to have like an LLC set up. You have to have like your federal EIN and stuff. You have to have proof of, your company and like that you work there. Proof of like your business address, all that sort of stuff. CES is not super easy to get into, in terms of like all the things you have to set up. Once you have all that stuff, getting approved, like I got approved this year. This is the first time I tried to go, but having all that stuff set up is a lot of work. All right. don't want to disconnect those just yet. I'll disconnect these. Stick those through. Go through. Get through, dear. Get through, dear. Okay. And these guys will pull through as well. I don't know why they assemble it like that. I mean, who in their right minds would leave the cables on that side? Not me. Not me. That's for sure. All right. Now those are all rerouted, so those cables are basically just right through the pass through there. All right. Let's get some cable ties in here. Got a bunch of cable ties. Sounds too complicated. It's a lot of work to make sure you have everything set up. Well, it's not for consumers. Like, the Consumer Electronics Show isn't for consumers. It's to show off the technology that is going to be going to the consumer market, is the way to look at it. Got a sapphire one that you can show. Looking at the website, I don't have one on me to show you. Even my like pre-builts, it's kind of a misnomer for keyword search. They're pre-configured, so it still takes, you know, a week and a half or so from when you order it for me to ship it, because I have to get all the stuff built, you know. Yeah. I used to, on my old website, I had them listed as pre-configured builds, but I wanted better keyword search on Google and stuff. And that is one of the things that, like, unfortunately, people don't search for pre-configured builds, they search for pre-builds, you know. But I was saying earlier, I want to start doing some like ready to ship systems. I just need to like work with my website developers to like be able to make that happen. Looking at recommendations for fish tank cases, preferably dual chamber, so the PSU isn't under the board. Currently having an older Fantex P400. Oh, I love the P400. What do you want to spend on it? Like, do you want something like super premium? Do you not care as much? Do you just want something that like works and looks good? What are your thoughts on that? Because like for 160 bucks, I love the Montech King 95 Pro. Yeah. So the difference, so the O11 Vision is great, and it's, yeah, similar price, but the thing about the Montech King 95 Pro, it's 160 bucks, but it comes with 6 pre-installed fans. So if you think about something like this, it's got 2 big 140 millimeter fans here. It's got 3 pre-installed fans along the bottom and a pre-installed fan on the side, all with like a hub on the back to connect it all in. So really you just need, like, you put your CPU cooler and the radiator on top with its fans and you're like all set. Yeah, that's like my favorite one. Should sell them on TikTok Shop. I think they're listed on TikTok Shop, but I think I turned it off because I had them on there for a while and like never had anybody even like click the links. I think I switched my TikTok back to a creator TikTok rather than a business TikTok, so that I could do like sell TikTok Shop items if I wanted to. Pull that a little tighter like that. My favorite video game, I mean, right now I play Call of Duty mostly. My favorite video game of all time would probably be, it's gonna be really random, but it would probably be what's it called? The Lord of the Rings: The Third Age is like one of my all-time favorites. It's a single or like co-op RPG, like turn-based, but set in the Lord of the Rings. It's really cool. All right, let's do that. Not too worried about fans. I'm gonna go with Asia Horse Cosmic fans. Okay, yeah. If you don't want the pre-installed fans, they have a non-pro version. So the Montech King 95, the non-pro version comes without fans. If you want to like select your own fans. Pressure washer simulator. Imagine. Imagine. But yeah, I had my TikTok shop like linked to my Shopify website and stuff, but it like never led to any sales. So I stopped doing it. Yeah, and that is a really good looking case. It's super cool. How much does this PC cost? Check the link. There's a link to my website. I'm in Canada, so I don't even have access to TikTok shop. See, there you go. Okay. Let's get our reverse blade fans out here. Before I do that, let's plug this guy in. Just so I don't have to plug anything in down below later. Okay, there's that. Where's my knife? There's my knife. There's my knife. Hey, Crazy Ben, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. So these are reverse blade fans that we're going to install in here. Supposedly. It says RSR. Reverse. 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 My internet is bugging bad right now. All right, man. Have a good day. Appreciate you being in here. You're sitting with the Ryzen 5 3600. An EVGA 3080 FTW, 32 gigs DDR4. My whole setup isn't very cosmetic, and I'm ready to spend some on the looks. Yes, sir. Love that. All right, can this one reach these guys down here? Or are they all the way up there? Yeah, it's not gonna reach, is it? Actually, it could reach this, maybe. Because these only come with 2. If I can make this reach that guy, then I don't have to find another cable. Oh yeah, because it's the long end. Yeah, we can totally do this. Okay. Let's run these guys through here. Pull that through. We can do this. We can do it. Okay. It's got that guy. And these two guys need to get routed down through there too. So I'll pull them out of there. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't have another extension for this guy. And the 3-packs only come with 2 extensions. So if I can do this here, where I tie this bottom fan in with these 3 fans, then I have 1 extension for the 2 fans at the bottom here, and then 1 extension for this guy. And then I don't have to use like a random like 3-to-1 cable or something to get extra length out of all that, you know? Because the cables that are on the fans themselves are super short. Okay, got that. I need some of these, 4 of them to be exact, to start. That doesn't look like the right spot. Is that the right spot? Yep, it is. Okay. Can you show us the inside of the case? There you go. Great job on the cable management using the type stuff it anywhere that it is invisible. Yeah. I always try to make the cable management look good. Buddy's having him build one with the ROG Strix SA70E. That's a great motherboard, dude. I mean, it's not that crazy. There are a lot more expensive motherboards out there. How many case fans can I daisy chain? So you got to look at how much power the fan can draw. A typical fan like port can only like provide like an amp. So you just got to like figure out how many fans you can do for that specific like fan model. So the answer is, and I'm sure you're gonna love it, it depends. It depends. Okay, so we got that. We can get these 2 bottom fans in here now. The other thing you could do is like you can get a hub, and then you don't have to worry about it. But like a powered, SATA powered hub, and then you don't have to worry about it. But okay, and for some reason this case only came with 8 of these elongated bolts. I think I have some more though. I don't know why they would have support for 3 fans and then only provide bolts for 2 of them, but I'm pretty sure I have some in here. Yep, I do. This is why you don't throw anything away, folks. It's gonna be a Mississippi PC. Come on. I need 4 of you. I need 4 of you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These ones are a little bit longer, but I think they'll still fit. All right. So now for these two guys, what we got to do a little bit of daisy chaining here. So go from this guy to this guy. And we go from this guy to this guy. Then we go from one of these guys down through here and back through here and then right into there. Come on, there we go. Okay, and then we do the same thing on here. Go from here. Am I gonna put Linux on it? No. Same for me. Would never put Linux on a customer system if they didn't specifically ask for it. Okay, so there's that. How long are these cables? So I think we can technically daisy chain this cable back into this, or this fan back into this cable, or this PC or UK fan, whatever it's called. I can't talk. Come on. Okay. So we can run these guys back out here. So it's gonna looks a little convoluted right now, but it'll all make sense in a minute. Then we got it wrapped around over there. All right. And I think these are actually long enough that we can wrap them down below. We can connect them down here. We'll see. Okay. So we got these two guys right here. We got these two guys right here. We're just gonna plug them back in. So now those cables are out of the way. Okay, just like that. Now, these two guys are gonna get routed up around here, up to here, and into our exhaust fan. Over there. Just like that. And then run that out over there. I'm gonna cut that tag off because it's ugly. Okay. Alright, so all that's gonna get routed straight to the back. You can put a zip tie right there just to clean that front side up a little bit. Just like that. Okay. Hey, what up, Brady? Frozen, what's up? Welcome in. Some guys have a lot of money. I mean, you know, some people do. What up, Soul Reaper? Ernesto, what's up? Happy Thursday. Okay, get rid of that. What are these? Why wouldn't I put Linux on it? Because customers don't ask for Linux. I've never had a customer be like, hey, can you put Linux on my machine? If they did ask for it, then I could do it, but I'm not gonna do it without them asking for it. That would be kind of dumb. Ooh. Those are not the same threads, are they? I thought I had extra bolts for this. Let's see. Apparently those bolts are not gonna work. I have some. Those are not black. Is this the right thread? Let's see. That's the right thread. Okay. It's crazy that the case, they must have messed up when they shipped this case and not shipped it with enough of the long bolts. So we're just kind of making do here. Just kind of making do with what we got. The fans, of course, didn't come with them either. Which is also kind of crazy. I think these are the same thing too. These look a little shorter. They are the right color though. Okay. All right, well, let's make sure they all match. All right. Well, in the interest of making sure these 8 bolts all match, I now need an Allen key. How about this guy? Oh yeah, first try. All right. So these are ones that these are just bolts that I happen to have. They also are the right thread and everything. Since Corsair didn't send us enough bolts, what do I normally put on it? Windows 11 Pro. Would I upgrade to the 9850 X3D from the 7800 X3D? I don't feel like I have enough information yet to be able to say. I definitely wouldn't do from the 9800 X3D to the 9850, but the speeds are quite a bit faster on the 9850 X3D, but I have not seen, like, nobody has done reviews yet, so it's hard to know exactly how much better performance you'll get. I thought this was going to be the PC on the bed. Nope. But that one is live on YouTube. Yep, I am live there as well. There we go. Now that looks nice and clean. They're all the same. I only have 3 more of those bolts left. All right. Okay. So all these fans are installed. That's a mess. Normally we would run the CPU power cable this way, but the CPU power is over here on this motherboard, so oops, I didn't mean to take that off. So we're gonna actually just do these guys and zip time down. The Beard of Knowledge. What's up, my guy? Welcome in to the other platform. Yeah, watch time matters more over here, for sure. Because watch time over here means money sometimes. It's quieter and wider, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I've got dual streams on there on this platform. We've got a horizontal and a vertical version. The vertical tends to be where more chatters are, just because it's put in the shorts feed, so it gets more visibility. All right, take that off real quick. I'm actually going to run these guys back here. Fine. Do one at a time. Okay. Got that one in there. That one in there. Okay. Yeah, TikTok is just GIFs. Yep. Came across your content from CES Swiping Shorts. Definitely a good recommendation. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you found my content. All right. This is enough stuff in here to start the power supply. Yeah, there's some, despite a lot of CES just being a bunch of AI type stuff, there was actually some cool stuff at CES, which is nice. All right, power cables. Power cables, power cables. That's the motherboard I wanted before I considered downsizing to MATX. Oh, really? What made you decide MATX? Just like you wanted a smaller case? All right, there's our power supply. Let's get all of our power cables out here. One big bundle. All right, so we don't need that. Don't need that. We need motherboard. We need GPU power. We need CPU power. And then another CPU power. All right, we don't need these guys. Alrighty, let's get our CPU power going. I wanted something smaller. Didn't realize the Corsair 25X was a lot wider. Took another inch or two of your desk space. Ah, that's a bummer. Guess you just got to build another one. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Oh, I need to check my Discord real quick. Okay, cool. Still good. Okay, do our motherboard power. Jeez. There we go. Cables got a little flipped around in there. There we go. That's better. There we go. See, now it's nice and clean on the front. Okay. So, let's get all this stuff plugged in. There's that. We got some CPU cables here. Well, that. We got our GPU cable. How do you plan to cable manage an MATX dual chamber case? I mean, I kind of do it all the same of like, I cable manage or try to cable manage like as I'm building. So like, I always start with like all the I/O and like built-in fans, and get all those like nice and managed up. And then you just kind of build off of that, you know. Obviously right here I've kind of let this go a little bit, but yeah, that's typically what I do is I just like, I found it's just easier to cable manage if you know, just basically do small bits of management the entire time. Those guys are kind of a pain, aren't they? Okay, I'm gonna have to unplug those just so I can get these cables out of the way. Just until I get this power supply into the slot. Okay. There we go. Now that's there. Pull these guys back out like this. Plug them back in. All right. There. All right. So that's plugged in now. I'm gonna start managing some of this stuff now. Okay. Yeah, I found it's a lot easier. Like, even if you have to redo like cable ties like 6 times over the course of the build, it just makes life easier, you know. All right, let's run our GPU cable out here. Okay. Yo, thank you for the sub, Theo Chu. Appreciate you. Okay, got that right there. Okay. Now we can do this one. Okay. Run that guy right there. That. And then our GPU is going to go out right here. Okay, that should be long enough. We'll have to double check. I have a little bit more length if I need it, but that should be long enough. Okay. And these guys together right here. Okay. Oh, I think it flipped somehow. Oh, no, it's holding. Okay. All right. And then this guy, I get to undo a little bit of this. This guy we're gonna run up through here. I always enjoy watching people build PCs. Me too, man. Yeah, what did you build for yourself? How many followers am I up to now? YouTube, I'm at just shy of 6,000. I think Kick, I'm just like around 800 or something. TikTok, I'm at 5,000, and then Facebook, I'm at like 5,700. All right, so that's gonna go through there. Okay. All right. This is for our CPU cooler fans. Let's double check if we actually need that. Get our CPU cooler out here. These all can daisy chain, so we actually don't need this cable. Okay. Let's put this back on before we forget about it. Forget about it. All right, there we go. Okay. Clip some of these zip ties. Yeah. Okay. So, let's get all these guys undone. Got a lot more cables still. Did a case swap. Nice work. Hey, thank you. Built 9950X3D with a Founders Edition 5080. Nice. That's a sick build. It's better than my build. Mostly because mine's old. Still rocking a 3080 till next gen comes. Unless Nvidia doesn't play nice. I know, right? That's how it's going currently. It's like, are they even going to release a next generation? Did a case swap from a pre-built and replaced with all new fans, and then including the AIO. Nice. Oh, you're JP in the Discord. Oh, nice. I know that name. JP is Ronin. Okay. Make sure I memorize that. All right. Just getting all these cables undone here. Okay. Where's all my bolts? Okay, they're all right there. They're already out. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Now the fun part. Get to stuff these cables through some openings here. Okay, put that as tight as I could. These guys are gonna go through up here. Yo, Boss TV followed the host. That's me. Thank you. You had an Apple M1 before I learned how to build your own. Cables and motherboard took a while. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I built my first ever PC live on stream. I don't know, it might still be around on Facebook. You might still be able to find it there. Back when Facebook gaming was like actually a thing. But it took me a while, and I was like literally like actively watching a YouTube video on how to build a PC while I built the PC. Like it was, yeah. It's definitely a learned skill, that's for sure. All right. How's everybody doing? What up, Lone Star? My #1 Lootfest PC customer. Okay, let's be honest, he's the only one, but that's okay. Still #1. It's worth every dollar. Yes, sir. I'm glad you're liking it, man. That made the trip so much fun. If you guys didn't know, Lone Star last year happened to see a TikTok or I don't know where he saw it, but he happened to see a short form video that I posted of me like going to the Micro Center for the first time ever. While I was there, I happened to notice, this was during the 50 series shortage, and I happened to notice that like online it showed that they had 3 5080s in stock. So I was like, talked to a customer assistance guy. I was like, hey, it shows that you guys have 3 of these in stock. Like, do you actually have them? Can I buy one? And so they went and checked and like, yep, you can have one. I was like, sweet. And then I was like, 9800 X3Ds were getting kind of hard to find at that time too. They had a couple of those sitting there, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna grab one of these too. Snag it up, and then like the next day head to Lootfest and get stuff set up. And Lone Star comes up to me, he's like, hey, I saw your video. Would you make me a PC with that 5080 and 9800 X3D you found at Micro Center? I was like, sure, why not? So we You know, I went and just like looked at all the stuff I could buy directly at that Micro Center store in Dallas. Quoted him a build with what I could find there, and you know, he bought it. And then I went back to Dallas because like we were in Fort Worth, so I drove all the way back to Dallas, bought all the stuff, and then built it the next morning and had it ready for him at the end of the weekend. It was pretty fun. What up, Nelson? How we doing? All right, so we got all those fans in here now. Let's do our fan cables first. Come on. Here we go. That guy. We're gonna run that back through here. CPU fan right there. Okay. And then, okay, our only RGB header is still down low, but we can plug into this RGB header. Okay, so we got that. And this guy is going to go into that guy. Then this last guy over here is going to go into that guy. These guys don't quite fit all the way to the bottom. The middle one actually might. Let's see if the middle one would. Not really. It would be a literal stretch. So no, we're gonna do this. Okay, so we got all that plugged in. Let's get our thermal paste on here for our CPU. I don't know why I have so much trouble picking these up. There we go, got it. Spatula. Alrighty. Get a paper towel. Scoot this back a little bit. Oh, also RMPRSM. Thank you for the follow, for the sub. A PC that turns on and works, but every time I reinstall Windows, it works for about a week. It leads me to a blue screen having to reinstall Windows. Could be an SSD problem. Are you reinstalling like from a fresh USB? Like, are you doing like a USB install where you like completely wipe everything, or are you doing like a just like a reset of Windows kind of thing, or like reinstall through like the browser type thing? Yeah, it could be a boot priority. You know, if he's just doing the like reinstall through like Windows, like it could just be like something's corrupted and it just keeps reinstalling that corrupted file. So I would say make sure you do like create new Windows installation media on a flash drive and retry it if you're not doing that already. If you are doing that, then it's either a boot priority issue or your SSD is actually failing. All right. Here we go. You're doing Windows 10. Yeah, it sounds like your SSD might be failing. Wipe the excess off of that thing. So that hopefully I don't get it on my fingers next time. All right, got our thermal grease on there. It's technically not thermal paste, it's thermal grease. Get our remove sticker off. What up, Hypo? Oh, it's on there. There you go. Now we're on there. Okay, it's all nice and tight. Put this guy in here. This thing is almost the perfect length. Okay. Pull that down for a second. Got RGB. Oh, gotcha. Have you tried like defragging your disk? That probably sounds like alien talk if you're not over 30, but that is something you could try doing with your old hard drive. Okay, then this guy, I'm gonna go right into that. This guy, we're gonna route back through there. Right into the pump header. Okay. All right, all of that stuff's plugged in now. We just need to cable manage a little bit. By a little bit, I mean like kind of a lot, but that's okay. Oh, too much. There we go. Too much force on that. Okay, and then these guys down into this. So all these guys down like that. These guys can kind of curl them back on themselves. Okay, and then these ones right there, we can just throw another cable tie in there. Trying not to fall for a new PC build as of yet. You got a 3060 Ti 11400, 32 gigs of RAM. That's tough, man. I mean, it's DDR4 RAM, right? So like you could buy like an Intel, you know, 14th gen CPU. And keep your RAM with, you know, a board that supports DDR4 and get a nice boost in performance. And I mean, you could also upgrade your GPU at some point too, but if you don't want to do like, you know, new RAM, that's one way to one way to go about it. Let's grab one more of these guys. Does your motherboard support SSDs? I mean, you could always get a SATA SSD, I guess, but I mean, even a SATA SSD would be nice in an older system because it will definitely help with boot times and stuff. All right. Okay, there's that. I'd say that's pretty solid, pretty clean. Let's look at the front now and get our 5070 Ti out here. This is the Asus Prime. All right. Go. Almost went for a 13600K on a DDR4 board. Wait for an entirely new build with the 5070 Ti when the time comes. For now, you'd take a 245K. Yeah, we'll see how hardware stuff goes. I mean, if all you're doing is gaming, man, I would get like a X3D AMD chip. If you have productivity stuff and you want some extra cores or whatever, then Intel's nice, but kind of hard to beat the X3D chips right now. I need to blow my nose one more time. All right, that's better. Whew. You can tell I trust Intel since the 286 12 megahertz. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get out of that, you know? When you know something and you've used them for a long time, it's hard to get past that. I don't blame you there. Remove protective film before use. I'm trying. You made it impossible. There we go, I got it. I actually did some work on somebody's PC, and he had like a 20 series GPU on his that still had the plastic on it on the top. Like this whole back plate all had the plastic on it still. And I was like, well, that made it a lot easier to clean. Alrighty, got that 2-slot card. Wonderful, wunderbar. All right, let's take out a couple of these guys. It's looking good. Hey, I was just thinking, I was like, I wonder if Sean's still here. He's been quiet. Maybe he's just soaking it in, you know? Just soaking it in. God bless Red going to get an SSD now because I know what's wrong. All right, man. Good luck. Make sure your motherboard, if you try and get an M.2, make sure your motherboard supports it. Otherwise, get a SATA SSD. All right, we got a room there. We're in the slot. Just gotta get. Okay, that's seated. Dog's barking. Probably no reason. Okay. That tightened down. That tightened down. Let's see here. All right, that fan is spinning freely. This GPU is now supported. I know you shouldn't do that if your GPU isn't supported, but it's a good way to make sure. We got our GPU power cable. All right. That is fully seated as far as I can tell. Gotta be extra careful with these guys. Get all of our port protectors back in. Okay, get the plastic off this AIO. And there you have it, folks. That's a PC. That is a PC. Here, let's switch to this guy here. What do we think of that? This is DDR5. All right, let's take a look at the cable management real quick. So we got the main run here of a bunch of our cables, and then over in the corner we got a couple of cables running down. That looks pretty good to me. I mean, really, I just want to know what Sean thinks, because this is his computer. If he doesn't like it, then we're kind of up a creek here. But I think Sean's gonna like it. I do. Maybe I'm just being optimistic. Looks great. All right, I love that. Overclock it to oblivion. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna install Windows on it. We're going to de-bloat Windows. We're gonna install all the drivers. We'll update everything, update the BIOS. Windows will be updated, and then we'll ship it out. All right. I want to see. Oh, something kind of in there. I want to see your favorite emoji in the chat. If you're ready to see this baby fire up while I deal with my camera focus freaking out. Favorite emoji in the chat if you're ready to see this baby fire up. Build mine using a 6700K, Asus Z170, 32 gigs DDR4, and a GTX 1060. Is it still running, Sing? Love it, Sean. Hey, Mark, thank you for those likes. Hi, Sing. Nelson, nice. Tim, is that a hockey net? All right, y'all. So as a reminder, here's what we got in this build. We've got the Intel Core Ultra 7 265K. We've got 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. We've got an RTX 5070 Ti, 3 terabytes of storage in 2 different drives, 850 watt power supply, the Corsair 3500X with all of the reversible RS120 fans, and then the MSI Mag Z890 motherboard, and lastly the Thermalright Core Vision 360 RGB. Dude, hockey is the best. Like, what other sport do you actually get to watch people just fight? You know? Oh my gosh, you know what I didn't do? And all the troubles of getting the power supply in. I didn't bolt it in. I didn't bolt the power supply in. Alright. See if that's close enough for me to get the bolt to it. Nope. Okay. 1 second. There we go. Lamau. We don't get to turn on the power just yet. There we go. How much is it comes to in US right now? That's a great question. Great question. All right, let me power this on before I answer you. All right, first ever power on. Here it is. Bring those lights down a little bit. The Intel signature is 2680 plus shipping right now. Don't worry about that. Memory training, it's so scary sometimes. Yeah, I've shipped a few things to the UK over the years, and it's like 20% tax. It's crazy. The RAM in this one is Patriot Viper Venom 32 gig CL32 6400. Are you done training the memory yet? You done? All right, I think I finally got past training the memory. No, it didn't. Yo, what up, Diddle? How we doing? Yeah, UK is definitely the worst. All right, well that's the build. Hour 48. Not too shabby, huh? Yeah, we're gonna get to work on putting software and everything on this system, and then we'll get it shipped out in the next day or two. So, yeah, we'll get it out here, and we'll figure out why it keeps turning off and on. I might need to take a look at it. Hopefully everything's okay. Maybe something's a little loose, I don't know. But yeah, we'll do some troubleshooting offline, and we'll make sure it's all working, get it all tested and all that stuff, and out the door. All right, y'all. Have a great night. We will see you on the next one. Okay, bye. Goodbye. You're welcome, Sean. Appreciate you buying this, man.